Here's a question from Abdi Abed who says, "Hi Farron, I've been watching Ring of Fire since high school. You were one of the best progressive pundits I have ever seen. My question is, why is it Republican politicians blame outsourcing on immigrants when it is corporations who are doing this?" Okay, first of all, you've been watching it since high school. I don't know how old you are now, but thank you for that continued support. And just, I like to rehash this because I don't think people quite realize this. Ring of Fire has been on the air since 2004. This is our 19th year doing this here at Ring of Fire. We, of course, began the video production of it in 2007. So, what is that, 16 years I've been on this side of the camera. So thank you for sticking with us. You know, obviously, if you've been with us for a while, you've been with us through Air America, through Go Left TV, through YouTube, through Free Speech TV, through the Young Turks, through Pap's show on RT, just all kinds of stuff. So thank you for sticking with us. We appreciate it. Now to your question, why do Republicans blame outsourcing on immigrants rather than corporations? Well, the answer to that's pretty simple. Who's paying their campaigns? It's not the immigrants. The immigrants aren't the ones out there funding these Republican campaigns. No, it's those corporations. And this is actually something that Pap and I bring up on America's Lawyer, which, by the way, we go live with that on YouTube on Thursdays. But anyway, the reason these corporations continue to get away with using migrant labor, you know, whether it's home or abroad, is because they've paid off the politicians. One of the things we see happen frequently is migrant workers, you know, illegal aliens over here in the United States just working a job and sending money back home, right? And I'm sorry, but in my opinion, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not even bothered that they really didn't go through the correct channels to get in here. They're not here committing crimes. They're here working a job to send money to their families. They're not the criminals. The criminals are the people hiring them. Because not only are they hiring somebody they know legally isn't supposed to be working here, which again, even that I don't have a problem with. The problem is the way they treat these people. They pay them substandard wages, often below the living wage, the minimum wage where in their areas. They do not give them any protections. They use coercion to prevent these individuals from reporting any problems on the job. You know, like, oh, hey, we don't have hard hats here. Well, if you report me for working you in these unsafe conditions, I'm going to report you for being illegal and ship you back. And there's another issue here. A couple years ago, there was I think it was a meat packing plant, Mississippi or Louisiana. I talked about it at the time, and I've brought it up several times since then. They had a big sting operation where they busted a couple hundred migrant workers who were working illegally at this factory down here in the South. They took them all outside. They had them in handcuffs. The school bus pulled up with like these people's kids because that's where they got dropped off after school. And they go out there, they see their parents in handcuffs. They get deported. The owner of the factory, the management, the people who knowingly hired these workers, nothing happened to them. Nothing happens to them. And the reason nothing happens to them goes back to the main point is because they've paid off the politicians. Corporations will never, ever, ever allow either political party to stop the flow of immigrants into the United States. Republicans know that. So they like to go out there and pretend, oh my God, we've had 8 million immigrants come across the border this year. First of all, no, we haven't. Second of all, that's because your political party is actually allowing it to happen. You're just trying to blame it on the Democrats because you don't want your corporate masters to get in trouble. Our U.S. economy, by the way, actually is dependent, to double-digit percentage points on migrant labor. If we got rid of the people coming across the border to just work in the United States, our economy would come to a screeching halt and come crashing into the ground. Look at those statistics. They will blow your mind. That's why nothing gets done about it. Again, I have no problem with these folks coming over here and working. My problem is the corporations who treat them like garbage, who pay them below living wage, who do not give them benefits, who put them in harm's way, and then the second something happens to them, they ship them back and replace them with the next fresh body. That's the problem. We need them here. I want them here. Corporations want them here so they can take advantage of them. And Republicans and even some Democrats are letting it happen. Thanks for watching. And if you like what you saw, don't forget to like, comment, share, and most importantly, subscribe to our Ring of Fire channel here.